YouTube. Danny Staten here on the Daily Dan Blog. I'm back with some more comic book reviews. I hope you enjoy this nightmare. Today I'm checking out a couple of things I really love, and that's the Elvira comic book series. I'm checking out The Shape of Elvira, #2, and I'm checking out Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, #2. Two different comic book series, one from 2018, one from 2019, but with Halloween around the corner, I thought it was the best thing to do was whoop out a little Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below if I made the right choice. And after you see the art in one of these comic books, you may not think I made the right choice. And as you know, every year I try to do at least one or two Elvira, Mistress of the Dark comic books here on the Daily Dan Blog. As you can see, these are the ones that have come before. If you want to go back on the playlist or look it up on the channel, you'll be able to find all these comic books featured in videos here on the Daily Dan Blog. Oh, God. And while we're at it, you can see all these bad boys, too. So, with two comic books to take a look at, I better not waste much time. I wonder if Dave Sunstorm will think this is the good stuff. I know, I think this is the good stuff. I'm a big Elvira fan. I love Elvira, and I can't wait to have a look at these comic books. Really, I can't. And inside the front cover of The Shape of Elvira, we get this. And you can find everybody we need to blame for the art, the story, everything. I hate spiders. Alrighty, we get started with Elvira setting up for her show. That's right, Elvira's looking for some creature features to go with her little show. And she's got this guy dressed up like the Gill Man, dressed up like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, this ought to work out good. Okay, now look at here. This is supposed to be, I swear to God, read it yourself. I'm going to hold it here long enough for you to read the lines and know that I'm not full of it when I'm doing one of these comic book reviews and I make fun of them. So, Elvira and Porky here, look at that face. Anyway, Elvira and Porky here, they're talking about the guy in the suit, the guy in the cutting-edge Gill Man, creature from the Black Lagoon, cutting-edge scuba suit. This man can breathe underwater for hours. It's absolutely realistic. It's wah-wah, cutting-edge good stuff. And it's looking like Elvira might be a little turned on by fish. Wah, wah, wah. Hey, she's got to go talk to the writer about this and getting it worked into the show. She's milking it up with the writer, trying to find out who's in that fish suit. That fish suit guy's done turned her on. Elvira's got a little bit of a fish fetish going on as she sets up talking to the writer the best joke in the history of comic books, as she tries to convince, who is it, he don't know, blah, 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 talking to the writer. So much fun. His name's Eddie. You notice earlier when I showed you a couple of panels, they were talking about a TV show. Now notice they're talking about a movie with no change. You see, that's incontinuity in comic books. I hate that. It's like you're trying to read a story, you're trying to keep up with it, and they go from TV shows to movies on the spur of the dime without any explanation of why. Anyway, they're talking over. Her main thing is trying to find out who's in the fish suit. And that sets it up for the best joke in comic book history. And I'm going to hold it right here and let you read it. This is for Corey over at Corey's Comedy Channel. A really cool Elvira, Mistress of the Dark joke for you. Ha, wah, wah. So now we're off to the movie location. It looks like an insane asylum, but it's supposed to be a big exploratory hospital off in the middle of nowhere, but it's a hospital from Gothic days. Check out this stairwell just as they get inside. Elvira is stunned at the ancient style architecture of the old hospital. And the comic book don't waste no time as the actors in soldiers' uniforms show up and they begin to shoot their scenes where Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, is the doctor who will be examining a rare specimen of fishman found in the Amazon, the thing they call the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Gill Man. And once again, let me say that I really like some of the art in this comic book to a certain extent, but it's not what I've been used to with some of these Elvira comic books being a lot more colorful and a lot more graphic. These tend to be drab and somewhat freaking dismal. I'm almost irritated to look at it with my eyes. Elvira's a much more attractive character to be drawn than the way they do her art in these comic books. Forgive me if I'm talking a little bit like William Shatner this week. I've been a little on the sick side as I had a little case of juice poisoning. We won't go into all that right now, though. So they continue to shoot their scenes. Yes, that's right. They're making a movie about the Gill Man who has escaped in the movie. When they're making a movie within a comic book, within a story, things get a little difficult to keep up with, don't it? Well, anyway, the Gill Man escapes with kung fu action, taking out the soldiers, goes on a rampage, approaches Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, as a thud comes from nowhere. Agent Slick has knocked Gill Man unconscious. Wah, wah, wah. The director yells, cut! See, it's all them in a movie. Oh, my God. You know, this story has to be like one of the worst stories ever in a comic book. The whole premise of this whole comic book has been Elvira trying to figure out who's in the suit, hitting on this guy that can't even talk. And here's the kicker. This suit's so specially made that for the whole shoot, he's going to have to wear the suit. He can't take it off. Everything's bobbled in to the suit. The suit is on him for the entire shoot. Oh. I'm lost. I can't understand how they're going to have a party, but yeah, he can't take his stupid suit off. And yet, that's what they're going to do. It's a rap party for the first day of filming is over. Oh my God, it just gets worse and worse. Well, maybe not that bad, but I love the Wonder Woman style outfit that they have her in, but it's supposed to be like the Queen of Atlantis. She's hanging out with that Aquaman. What? Aquaman? She has erotic fantasies about Aquaman. Oh my God. She likes guys without junk. And because now she's hanging out with the Gill Dude in her dream, and Gill Dude's like, I have no junk, because he's Gill Dude. It's an erotic fantasy of a dream in an Elvira comic book where she's dressed like the Princess of Atlantis. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. What in the blue heck? It's a Red Sonja commercial right in the middle of this Elvira comic book. You know, I like Red Sonja a lot too. And that's just weird because it's an Image comic book, and usually in an Image comic book, you don't get all the commercials to the end, and you get 10 pages. Looks like Fish Suit Guy might be a little on the pervy side. Elvira wakes up with her drunken hangover to find Fish Face crawling up the top of her. She freaks out. She scares it. He runs off. I think Fish Face maybe. Oh my God. I have to wonder if Bill Cosby. Could Bill Cosby be in that outfit? Could Bill Cosby be Fish Face? You know, there's a few other actors out there I could put in the Fish Face outfit. Right? Anyway, Elvira takes off as Fish Face runs away, and oh God. Wow, I actually had to look back. I missed something real fast. It kind of blowed my mind, but there's a clunk, there's a thunk. People are upset. Things didn't work out like they're planned. And when Elvira returned, the room was empty in this creep show. She's ready to get the heck on out of there. And Elvira jets away in her incredibly cool black car. I always liked Elvira's black car. Elvira finds out she's being pursued by a white van. It looks like they're hot on her trail. So disrespectful these bad guys are. Elvira just pulls over to the left and slams on brakes and let the van pull up beside him and gives them a tap and watches the van shoot off through the field. They slam to a cold-blooded stop. The door flies open. Elvira screams. Bring it on. Elvira gets the shock of her life. It's Michael Harper and Corey from Corey's Comedy Channel, and they're out to bring her down. Actually, it's Agent Roberts and Agent Fish from the U.S. Wildlife Game Department. They're here because she tried to beep a gill man. Continued in the next exciting chapter. Water World. What the? And now we get them pages and pages of rattled off commercials I told you about. Normally, I'd spend a lot more time talking about Warlord of Mars Attacks, really cool comic book there, or the 1883 original re-release of the Lone Rangers comic book series coming in 2019, or the Nancy Drew Hardy Boys garbage remakes they done. I had a few of these. I'm not spending much time on the previews because I got another book to do and shout-outs and all that, so let's try to get it all in 30 minutes as we jet through the pages and pages and pages, of comic book commercials from 2019. I told you about these Image comic books. The one thing you can count on is lots and lots of commercials in the end of the book. Even get promotions and commercials for your own stuff. Hey, I got most of these. Really, I do. And we're going to end it like that, really. And here on the back cover, we get this really cool Mars Attacks. And if you want real monster stories, you want real horror, you want the stuff that happens in real life, you got to check out Bigfoot Michigan Rob, True Cryptid Encounters, Book 1, and now just out, Book 2. Be sure to check out True Cryptid Encounters, Book 1 and 2, by my friend Bigfoot Michigan Rob. So, after finishing up with my look at The Shape of Elvira, number 2, from 2019, I'm taking off over to another comic, which is from the Elvira Mistress of the Dark series. It's number 2 from 2018, and I think it may have a little bit better art. It's definitely got a little bit better cover. Hey, Dave Sunstorm, is that the good stuff? Be sure to check out my friend Dave Sunstorm and his incredible brother Steven Sunstorm here on YouTube, the Good Stuff Brothers, as well as my brother, my partner in crime, Thrash Pondo Ponds. You can find him on YouTube too. Hey, me and him just come out with our first show. It was a dismal nightmare. It was a clusterfuck. Be sure to check it out. It's up on the My Flock Is Everywhere Sarah's channel, I believe. I'll share it out on a community post for you. Be sure to check out Pat McCormick on the Golden Ranger TV. Right here on YouTube. As well as, let me get the list out and go through BK on the Air, Big Guys 45, Corey's Comedy Channel. Be sure to check out Corey, the butt of some of my jokes today. My Flock Is Everywhere Sarah. And on My Flock's channel, you can see me and Thrash Pondo Ponds first show talking about Bigfoot and movies and television. That episode's up now. One day it'll be up on all our channels, I'm sure. Be sure to check out the Nostalgic Pod Blast with our friend Chance. Retro Nerd Girl, Brain Benders Banners, our good girl Chrissy. We love you, girl. AAP for life, AAP Homestead. The Unapologetic Geek, and Harold the Hatter, our good stuff community. I got a few more names I need to add to that list, don't I, guys? I love starting with number 2s. Oh my God. I figure both these comics are number 2s because it's 2 really good things, right? Art. So let's jump inside this comic book and see if we can get through it relatively quick. I like the Mistress of the Dark art and covers a lot better. Check out how it starts with this really cool inside cover. Action to the beginning as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, is hanging out with Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe. That's right, it must be a time travel one. Okay, anyway, I don't know what happened in number 1, but somehow she winds up hanging out with Edgar Allan Poe in what looks like it might be the 1800s, and she's coming out of coffin. Well, there you go. It's not. I love the art in the Elvira Mistress of the Dark comic books. And notice, compared to the other comic we took a look at, how much more colorful and more well drawn these Mistress of the Dark comics are. Wow, it's bad when a comic book turns you on, isn't it? Oh my God. Anyway, Edgar Allan Poe's one lucky son bitch, ain't he? Edgar Allan Poe's hanging out with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. They're talking about how Dracula has used this coffin to travel through time. How Dracula has returned from the dark side. How Dracula stole Batman's Iron Man outfit from some movie. No, that's just the Dracula symbol on. I thought he done stole Batman stuff, and used that same coffin that Elvira used to track him to travel through time back to the 1800s. That's right. Elvira's and Edgar Allan Poe are on a case to track down Dracula in the 1800s. That makes me want to take a drink. Info panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog. I bring you Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, number 2, from 2018, as her and Edgar Allan Poe go on the hunt. They go on the hunt for the incredible Dracula. It don't take but one page till they learn he's in a bar, and they go up there, Dracula, and confront him. Elvira with her war face on. The barkeeper with his gun drawn. Elvira goes over to Dracula and confronts him. Dracula grabs her by the throat and jerks her into the sky, squeezing as a loud kapow explosion in the background. Dracula lays on the floor with his chest smoking. Wah, wah, wah. They all look down in disbelief that Dracula done has bought the farm. Bartender pours him a shot, has a drink, and says, "Yippee-ki-yay, Dracula!" But Dracula pops to his feet, grabs the bartender in the blink of an eye, and begins to put the kibosh squish on him and says, "I am Vlad the Impaler. I am Dracula. You cannot hurt me with your mere mortal weapons." So Edgar Allan Poe and Elvira decide to turn the twist on Count Dracula. That's right. Yada bada boom, yada 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 whatever. You know, Elvira and they say, "Well, there's a better place down the hall." They start talking to him like he's a friend. "Oh, we didn't realize you was Vlad the Impaler. We didn't realize you was the king. Yeah, we bow to you, king. Here, take a look at this special room." And this was their big plan. He walked into a room and bust him over the head with a wine bottle. Dracula's real weak in this one. He got shot and he was out for 2 minutes. He gets a bottle busted over his head. Elvira and Poe flee. Dracula rises from the floor, very, very angry. As these two run away, and still run away. "Jump on, let's catch a coach and let's get on out of here and run away some more." Dracula rushes into the street behind them, filled with anger, as they rush away in the carriage. Elvira and Poe flee some more. "Run, damn you, run!" But you will not escape the power of Dracula. I bet he's going to change into a bat and chase them down. But I'll say one thing, Elvira, you got it made. This is one weak Dracula here. His power is not like a real Dracula. No, his power is comic book Dracula. Bam! Commercials again. What? Let me check the cover. Yeah, it's a Dynamite comic book, and usually in a Dynamite comic book, you don't get commercials to the very end. But whatever, we get some Betty Page and the Queen. Betty Page and the Queen. It's a Queen Betty Page edition. Oh, my God. And then you get some Battlestar Galactica, and it looks like the anime version of Battlestar Galactica, apparently. So in full panels brought to you by the Daily Dan blog. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, 2018. We're back in action with this incredibly well-drawn comic book with one of the crappiest stories that ever existed. Edgar Allan Poe and Elvira flee from Dracula. Dracula done changed into the big black bird. He didn't change into a bat. What the bleep? He changed into a big black bird. Quote the Raven. Nevermore. Oh, my God. He changed into a big red-eyed raven chasing Edgar Allan Poe and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. That makes me want to pull my hair out and scream. As the battle climbs up on the edge of a cliff, Elvira stands on the edge of the cliff. And you barely can see it in this tiny little panel. I think I might be gaslighting you. And with her whip, she cracks the gas. Lighting it ablaze, her whip of fire strikes the incredible black bird with the red glowing eyes. Elvira is truly a real superhero. And she says, weak ass pussy Dracula ablaze. Weak ass pussy Dracula's on fire because Dracula in his comic book gets hit over the head with bottles and knocked out. Dracula in his comic book gets punked with guns that don't even have silver bullets. And now punk ass Dracula's on fire because Dracula is a pussy in his comic book. Yeah, I said it. Whatever. There you go, YouTube. Bite me. Anyway, Elvira and Poe rush back to the cemetery. I guess they're trying to get on hallowed ground. She's headed back to her coffin to speed through time because she thinks Dracula might be dead. What? He don't look dead. He just looks burnt. Oh my God, this looks familiar. Elvira crawls out of a coffin to meet Bram Stoker, #3. And if you want to see a review for Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, #3, it's already up. And #4, and #6, and #10. And oh my God. Well, now that I've looked through this comic book, that explains a lot about #3. I didn't get at the time. I may have to go back and redo that one. Anyway, then we're going to finish off with some crappy commercials. And pages and pages and pages of crappy commercials. That since I done took 20 minutes in this video, I'm not going to run through them all. But I will make shorts and put them up on the Fat Comic Book Guy, so check them out there. The Fat Comic Book Guy, my other channel where I cover comic books. Just hadn't been doing much because nobody watches it. Waste the back cover there, Jasper. And that's my look at Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, #2 from 2018. And the next year's series from 2019, The Shape of Elvira. Shape of Elvira comics aren't not that great. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, art awesome and off the chain. 2 great comic books, but I love the covers on both of them. Can't wait to get them on the wall. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Sorry this took so long. Back next week with more comic books in the Halloween spirit. Till next time, blog over!